Hey everyone, I am Kathy from Kathy Creates, where I try to inspire you to create. Come on in. I'm going to get us pulled up over here and I will get us started. So how has everyone's weather been? Ours is atrocious today. It has rained literally all day long. Let me pull this up and turn my volume off. Okay, we are good to go. When you get here, say hello. Let me know you're here. Let me know how your weather is. How was your day? All the things. My day was pretty good. It was a normal work day at Wren Hill, where I work. And yeah, it was fine. Weather, crappy. Temperature, cold. Yeah, let's see. What is it right now? It is 37 degrees right now outside, which is very cold. I'm not loving it. So we're back to wearing our nice heavy fleece shirt and wool socks and all the things. So, all right. So what we've got going on tonight is I have the Surface from Dollar Tree. These were, I don't know, $1 or something. $1.25, $1.50. I don't remember what they were. They're a chunky hunk of wood, as you can see. And it's designed to stand up on its own. Now, it's a little tippy, so it would probably tip over easily if the table gets bumped or something, but you could always put it on an easel or prop it up against something, make shelves that are out of it type thing. So don't care about that. We're going to use the front, so I'm not worried about peeling this off. We're going to go ahead and prep our surface. And then I was gifted this beautiful napkin that we're going to use. So I'm going to set that aside and we're going to get our surface prepped. What I'm going to do with my surface, because you guys know I love my chippy and my vintagey and shabby chic and all the adjectives. So I am going to use kind of a dry brush method. I want it to look very old, dingy. I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. This was what I did in our subscription group, but see how you've got all the wood showing through still? That's what I like. So we're going to try to paint that. And if it's too much, we can always sand it off a little too. And we may sand it anyways, just depending on how it looks, to get it to the look that I want. So, and Mom is here. Miss Mary is here. Ocean Breeze and me is Miss Mary. And if you would like to give her a follow, I'm sure she would appreciate that. And any of my crafty sisters that are on here, feel free to give them a follow. And feel free to come in on your business page. All right, so to dry brush, I'm literally using a dry brush. I put a little paint on. I kind of dabbed it off on my palette. And now I'm just going to very lightly kind of go back and forth. I don't want great coverage. I just want a little bit of white paint on here. And if we get too much somewhere, we can always sand it back. We'll probably be doing some sanding. I'm just doing a real light touch. We'll just keep working it until we get it where we want it. So I'm going with the green because the fake green that is on this is going up and down. So that's why I'm going up and down with my strokes. Well, I've turned the piece so it's up and down. So we're going to keep working this. I'll probably have to turn it around so I can get this end. Everybody watched the launch of Artemis, the mission to the moon. That was kind of cool. We just watched that before I came in here. Okay, so I've got the top of it is looking pretty good. I just got to work on this bottom here. So we're going to flip this around. Make sure you're commenting for a chance at Happy Mail. I'm not seeing any comments. Is anyone commenting? Hello, Karen. Karen Nicely is here. Aunt Deb's here. Yeah, I see Aunt Deb's comment, but I don't see it here. Let me close out of this and come back in and see if it'll show me comments. Nope, it sure won't. So let me leave the page, come back. See if I can get the comments to show up here because it's really hard for me to see them up there. It is not going to show me comments. Well, that stinks. Oh, FB, FB, FB. I'm going to try it one more time. I'm going to leave the page and come back. Let's see if I can see comments. I cannot see comments, so I'll try to catch some. No, okay. Other creators not able to see comments either. All right, so it is an FB thing. Gotta love that. I'll try to catch some up there, but it's tough for me to see. I will do my best. All right, we want this mostly covered, but we want some of it to show through. That's so frustrating. Hi, Darla. Welcome. So Mom is pulling names for Happy Mail entries. So if your name gets pulled and you see it come up in the comments, what that means is on or around 13th of the month, I do a Happy Mail drawing and I send you kits because we have a laser and we do wood kits. And so what that means is that you're in the drawing to win Happy Mail. And I will send you fun things. Okay, I think this is looking pretty good. And I'll hold it up and show you. I think that's pretty much right where I want. I don't think I'm going to have to sand it. I think that's pretty perfect. We're going to go ahead and dry it. Hey, Cynthia. Cynthia is here. Welcome, welcome. We're going to get this dry. We're going to take a look at it. And then we'll work on our napkin. Darn it, I really wish I could see comments over here. It makes it so much easier. We're going to try again. No, not going to happen. Alright, I think we're pretty dry. There's not a lot of paint on here, so it dries pretty quickly. Hey, Miss Cheryl, thanks so much for sharing. We appreciate it. Whoa, darn it, just about dropped it. All right, so that's what our little egg looks like so far. All right, we're done with the white, so we can throw that in the water. We're gonna move this aside, we're gonna take this aside, and we're gonna work with our napkin next. These were gifted to me, I think Bonnie Bonard gave these to me. I can't promise that's where they came from, but I think so. She sent me lots of napkins, and I'm pretty sure this came from her. Either came from her or Tracy Dorio. I'm not sure which. Tracy sends me a lot of napkins too. So I just want to get it separated. I think there is yet another layer. Maybe not. Oh, yep, there is. It's just really stuck. It's coming, see? It's like super... I'm afraid I'm going to rip it. This doesn't want to come apart. I'm ripping the backer one, which is fine. If I'm going to rip one, I'd rather it be that. I think once I get it past, it's like crimped, you know? I think once I get it past where it's crimped, it'll peel apart much easier. Just so I don't rip the good side. Ooh, that's tough. Boy, this one is tough. Okay. just got one out. And this ripped over here, which is okay because it's not the good side. Oop, I think I just ripped the good side. No, I didn't. Okay, good. This one's tough. They're not usually this hard to separate the layers. Okay, let's see if we can spin this around and get this last. Because what happened is you can see, let me flip it, you can see where it tore, the back piece tore. So I'm hoping that I can get it to come off this way. But kind of, nope, I just got another little section off. Let's see. It's fine, I don't need the whole thing. But I'd like to get it all off. Wow, this one's tough. Got that. Let's try it from this end. So what is everybody's plans for Easter? We are going to Mom's. And actually, I'm super excited. We get the grandkids Easter morning. So apparently my son has been, or not my son, my grandson has been harassing his parents that he wants to come to Grandma's. Okay, I give up. We're not going to worry about this side because I don't need this whole section. I just need one. So I'm giving up. I'm calling Uncle. Okay, so I'm going to use my water pen and I'm going to just kind of go around it and get some water going in my water pen. There we go. And we're going to go around. And separate this from the other sections. And wherever you put that water, it's just going to tear very easily, just like that. All right, so we're going to set this guy aside because we do not need that section. I'm going to wipe up the water that's right there. And then, because you know I don't like the straight edges, so we're going to go down here. And we're going to just peel that off. Now I'm debating if I want it to say Happy Easter. I don't think I do because I think I'm going to put some grass, or not grass, but some Spanish moss down here on the bottom. So I don't think I want it to say Happy Easter down there. So we're going to take that off. But I think, yeah, I kind of cut it off. We may use it up top, so I might use one of the other ones and put that. Let's wipe this water up. See if we have this good. Yeah, I think that's fine because what we're going to do, where's the cap to my pen? I don't know what I did with the cap. Okay, oh, here it is. We'll use the sanding block to take that off. All right, so we are going to Mod Podge this on. So let me get a brush. Love them all to death. Positive vibes only. Well, I don't know what we're talking about, ladies. But I'll have to go back and read that when I get off. All right, so we're going to lay this down, and then anywhere I need more Mod Podge, we will add more Mod Podge. But let's get this on first. Get it placed how we want it. And now, you know, I just use my hands. If you wanted a super smooth surface, all you need to do is put your Mod Podge down, let it dry completely, and then add, let it dry completely, put your piece over it, your napkin or whatever you're trying to Mod Podge on, put that down, and then lift up your, I'm sorry, I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing and talking at the same time. Then you lay a piece of parchment paper over the top, and then take your iron, and it like reactivates that Mod Podge, and it'll hold down your napkin or, you know, rice paper or whatever you're trying to Mod Podge down. That will hold it down. Okay, so now we're going to take the brush and go over these edges with a little more Mod Podge. Make sure our edges are good. Hi, Bonnie Wacker, Janice, hello. Hello, Debbie. If you're new to my page, I'd love for you to give me a follow. Got a little bit of some air bubbles right here, so I'm just going to dab this, because if you push too hard, you're going to tear your napkin. So I'm just going to kind of pat them down with my brush. I love the muted colors of this napkin. I think it's beautiful. Before I get too much on here, I'm going to dry this, and then we're going to go back and cover the whole thing. Who else likes doing napkin art? I love it. I love using napkins. Absolutely love it. So I'm actually super excited because Mom and I are going to the Shabby Tree meetup that's in Pittsburgh at the end of May. And she's going to have, I believe, Mom, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe European Excellency is going to be there, and they have a bunch of rice paper, napkins, all the things. And they're going to be there for us to purchase. They're going to have a little setup. So I'm excited to see what we can come home with. Because just like my ribbon obsession, I have an obsession with napkins. I have way too many. But I'm always looking for a new good one. Again, there's a little bit of an air bubble there. So I'm just going to tap it down with my brush. Okay, I think we're pretty good. I can't tell if there's any up there. So let's put some up here. I think we're good. Okay, I think we're good. I'm done with Mod Podge. Okay, yeah, Mom said that's correct. Yes, she will be there. It's in Pittsburgh. Megan, it's in Pittsburgh. I do believe it's sold out now. But Barb from the Shabby Tree is hosting a meet and greet. And it's a 2-day event. And Mom and I are going to it at the end of May. I'm super excited. So I know European Excellency is going to be there. They're going to have, the Shabby Tree is going to have a little pop-up boutique. And it's just going to be a great time. I'm super excited. Okay. So now, we have that on there. All right, but we got the stuff we got to deal with. So we're going to take our little sanding block, a little gator sander, and we're just going to go around those edges real quick. And it makes very quick work of it, as you can see. And what I like about this method, by doing the tearing, that isn't real great. Okay, let's I've got a little piece that's coming up. So we're going to take some Mod Podge here. I already put my brush in the water, so we're going to just use my finger. I got a couple places right there that are popping up a little bit. So we're going to just stick them down with a little bit of Mod Podge on my finger. There we go. Okay. What I like about using this technique is it just kind of melts into your surface. And it gives it kind of that vintagey, like old wallpaper. It gets a little crackly and a little, I'm not sure if you guys can see that, but it gets a little crackly and wrinkly, and it just looks like old wallpaper stuck to it. And I just love that look. All right, so now we've got some things that we can embellish with. I have these tiny, not sure you can see them, little itty bitty flowers. I think I got these, I mean, look how tiny these are. They're like sprinkles almost. I got these, I think I got them on Temu maybe? Temu or Amazon, one of the two. So we're going to use a couple of these, not many, just a couple, but I gotta find my glue sticks. I'm almost out of glue sticks. Okay. All right, now we don't need one yet. All right, so what I was thinking is we're gonna put just a few of these on, because if you notice on the napkin, right here where my finger's pointing, up by her ear, there's a little bit of, a couple of little flowers. So I thought it would be kind of cute if we put a couple of these up there. Put like 3 of them in like a little cluster. Yeah, I like that a lot. That's what we're going to do. Carefully, so I don't get burned, because these are tiny. Okay, let me show you. Got some glue strings. There we go. Okay, so we jazzed up her little flower crown, or whatever you want to call it. So we did that. I don't think we're going to use any more. We could put them on these, and maybe we will. Let me put a couple on there and see what that looks like. They're about the right size. Maybe I will put them. They actually look kind of cute. Yeah, I think I will. I like that. That wasn't in the plan, but we're improvising. Well, now it's stuck to my finger. These are tiny, and it's got a big old wad of glue string stuck to it. There we go. Oh, Teddy's in here. Okay. Now, I don't know if I want to put them on this side, because this side has got a bigger flower, but I could put, I wonder how that would look if I put like 3 or 4 clustered there. Let's get a couple different colors. Oh, let's go with this guy. I kind of like that. I don't know, that might be too much. But I think it almost needs it since I put them there. I think we'll just kind of spread them out a little bit. I think that looks better than all tight. Okay. I have some bigger ones, but they're like cloth, and I just don't think they'd look right. The colors are different, and they're more of a cloth. So I just don't think I'd like that. Let's see, what about if we put one over here? Yep, that goes there. And then what if we put one down here? Not that color, because that's the same as that one. Let's do a purple. Yeah, I like these. These are cute on this. Let's see. Let's do a pink one down here, maybe. And then maybe one right here in the center. I'm putting it kind of like on the blades of the grass. Not that one. They're so tiny, I'll never find it. Okay, I think that's good on the flowers. Let's get rid of our glue strings. Look how cute that is. It just really gives it that little extra pop. Now, one of the other things I am definitely going to do, because you know I have to get my buffalo plaid in there. Even though I joked that, you know, I'm giving up buffalo plaid. You know that's not true. I have these tiny, tiny, tiny little buffalo plaid bows, and he's got a little bow tie, so we're going to put that there instead of his bow tie. We're going to cover that up, and we're going to put our little buffalo plaid bow for his bow tie. That's cute. Okay. All right, now I gotta get my Spanish moss out. This stuff is so messy, but I love what it does. Okay, so we're gonna do some Spanish moss down here. Thanks, Kim. Hi, Mariana. Nope, you didn't miss me. You're right there. Of course. You know it. You know I have to put my buffalo plaid on there. Trying to keep some of the mess in the bag. You know how messy this stuff is. But I like adding it. That's too much. There we go. That is about perfect. Actually, a little less would be better. I just want a little bit because I want it to be the bottom and make it look kind of more like grass. I think I'm going to need my little pokies, my little finger protectors. Where are they? They're over here. I don't know which fingers I want them on. I guess those. And we'll give this a haircut once we get it all stuck down. I don't necessarily want it all crazy. I just want something here on the base. Okay, I think that's pretty good. All right, let's clean this up. We're going to take some scissors and give them a haircut. We don't want it to affect the base of how it's standing up. either. So I want to make sure I get all of that. So I clean that up. So that's what we've got so far. Looks like they're sitting there in the grass. And this contained most of it, so we're going to dump that in the trash. Okay. All right, so now we're going to make a little bow for up here. Of course we're going to make a bow, right? But I want it to have a little bit, this is a couple of pieces from a garland that I get at Hobby Lobby. I love this stuff when I'm trying to do like trailing things. These might be a little long. Let me see. Well, actually I think they're going to be okay. If I overlap them a little more, we're going to put a bow there anyways. I think I like that. All right, so let's get our wire. All right, so I'm going to overlap these. If they're a little too long, we can always cut off a little bit of it, and you won't be able to tell. So I think that'll be fine. So I'm going to put some other stuff in this too, not just this viney stuff. So I'm going to save some of my wire so I can go around that stuff too. I want it to lay right. There we go. Okay. Then I have some of these little pink flowers. I get these at Hobby Lobby. They're $7.99, but of course buy them when they're on clearance. Or not clearance, but on sale. You know, every other week they're on sale for 40% off. So make sure you buy them when they're that, so you're not getting them for full price. And what I like about these is they're very adjustable. You can just slide up the piece. So that one has 2 on it. So we need 1, 2. Okay. I think that will be enough. So we're going to overlap those and let them. And these just had sweet little pink flowers on them. And I'm going to try to sheet these down. I don't really want them sticking straight out. We may have to just bend them, actually. Let's do that. Because these do have wire. So you're able to just bend them down into position that you want. And we're just going to take our wire and wrap it around those two. Try not to get all that viney stuff in there. It doesn't feel very secure. We're going to do another piece of wire. Just to make sure. We don't want it to fall apart on us. And the key to doing this is you really want to pull this tight as you're doing it so that they don't come out. And it's a little tougher with this viney stuff because it keeps getting in the way. But we'll get it. Okay, I think we're about there. Okay, so that will be the base of our bow, and then we're going to, look how cute this is going to be. We're going to put a bow up here. Now, we may have to cut some of this off because some of the viney stuff is a little rogue. And it might be a little too long, so we may have to cut some of that off. But we'll figure that out once we get everything situated. Okay, so now for my bow. I really was thinking about doing just a raffia bow. Kind of a big raffia bow, because I want to keep this kind of natural. I'm about out of my raffia, so I'm going to open a new pack. Because this is all I got left. this little itty bit in here. So let me open up a new one. I hate how they do these. They're so hard to get open without cutting a bunch and wasting it because you got itty bitty pieces. Let's see. Okay, there we go. We got a raffia mess. There's a big old knot right there. Okay, let's go. I'm going to match up several pieces because I want this kind of big. Since I'm not doing ribbon, I want this to be a little bit bigger. I just don't think I want ribbon on this. I think it'd be too much. I think we're just going to go with the raffia. We're going to put quite a bit in here. And we'll see. Maybe I won't like it. And we can pivot. And we can do a different type bow. Maybe we will do ribbon and we'll just do a small ribbon bow. Alright, I think that's enough. A piece of twine to tie it with. Well, that didn't work. Okay. So we're going to make this kind of big. Normally I just do small little loops like this big, but we're going to make this a little bit bigger. Since we're not doing ribbon, because usually it's just the center of the bow. But I think I want this just kind of a big honker raffia. I think I'm going to like that. We'll give it a tie and we'll see. Hey, Mary Snyder. Hi, Dana. Okay, now I'm just making sure it's in the center because it is not. Okay. We'll fluff this out here in a second. I want to get it on this. Put it on here and we're going to flip it over and tie it together. Really wish I could see comments. It's so hard to see them up there. Hey, Miss Mary. Miss Sheila. Thank you, Miss Sheila. Again, if you see my crafty sisters on here, make sure to give them a follow. I'm going to fluff this up. We may even stick a little teeny buffalo plaid bow up there too. We'll see. Oh, I like that. Look how cute this is with just the raffia. Isn't that cute? I really like that. Okay. So now we got to figure out how to staple it because I usually staple it to the ribbon, but I don't have ribbon and I don't know if I can if I can hide the staple in the raffia. Might have to go on the back of one of the flowers. See if we can do that. That seemed to work, so let's do this side. There, okay, I think that'll work. I'm going to fluff this out a little more. I think that's cute. I don't know if these are big enough. I might have to tie one. I think this might be a little too small in there. Yeah, I don't like that. I'm not sure I like that at all. I think maybe a half bead might look better. Let me try a little half bead. I've got some little white ones right here. I like that. We're going to do the half bead. Or I have some stained ones here too. Oh, I like the stained one better. We're doing the stain. Here also with tornado watches. Oh, Darla, be safe. Be safe, lady. We had some around us, not in our area so much last night. It was to the west of us. And it looked like it was going to come, but it ended up just being a lot of rain and thunder and lightning, and we didn't get any tornadoes, thankfully. Okay, let me look at this and see if I want to cut off any of these little wispies. I don't think so. I think I like them just the way they are. Okay, so there he is. There is my project for tonight, and it should sit unless I made it too top heavy. Nope, it'll be fine. So it was a Dollar Tree surface. Okay, they had these, a whole bunch of them for, you know, the $1.50, $1.25. I don't know. You can never, they're nothing's the same price anymore in there. So I have no idea how much these were. I know it was under $2. And then a gifted napkin. And then these little flowers that I had gotten, I think they're from Temu. I'm pretty sure they're from Temu. And then I had gotten my little bow tie, or my little tiny buffalo plaid ribbon that's already tied in a bow. I got those on Amazon. And then I just made a raffia bow and some floral that I had on hand. So let me know what you think. And I appreciate y'all being here. And you got 4 minutes till the next creator comes on. So you have time to go grab a snack, get something to drink, and come back, refresh your page, and the next creator will be on. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. Everyone stay safe. This weather's been really wacky so far this spring. So be safe out there, guys. Love you lots. Bye-bye.